So, hey, everyone. Happy New Year. I bet you're all looking forward to that clean slate that 2024 brings, the new year brings to everyone. So, today I've got a special podcast episode. We're going to be talking about the wait list that I have open for my next Purchasing Made Easy challenge that's coming up in early January 2024. And I want to talk to you about it because if you had heard me talk about this challenge that I did back in the fall and you missed out on it, maybe you were too busy or maybe you weren't sure if it was right for you, I'm going to be diving into some of the things that we're seeing, some of the wins that are happening with the group that I have now. And if you're interested in getting on the wait list for the challenge, which is free, and it'll be happening in just a few weeks. The waitlist is open now, and I'll put the link in the show notes, so be sure to check that out. So the group I have now is a group of amazing, diverse, smart women designers who are doing some great things in their business. And we've already had some interesting aha moments just early on into our coaching program. And I wanted to share some of those with you. So I did do one-on-one deep dives with each of the people in the group. And I just want to highlight some of the things that are happening, some of the wins that are happening with some of our members in that group. So one designer has a huge, large purchasing project coming up. And they really want to be streamlining their processes and kind of understanding how to best approach this project because it's the largest one that they've ever done. So they want to be totally prepared for that. So some of the things that they've already incorporated is they are changing how they're charging. And because we looked at some of their numbers and they really weren't making enough money. So one of the first things that we've already implemented is how they are charging. And they also, I help them include a whole nother profit center for their business. We talked through some of the things that are specifically going on in their interior design business. And I saw an opportunity for a profit center for them that they hadn't thought of. So that is two big wins for them that they're going to be incorporating in their business immediately. So changing how they charge to make more profit there on what they're doing, and also adding a whole profit center to their business. So that was pretty exciting, and they were pretty thrilled about that. I have another designer who's having some success. She's early on in her business, just a few years in, but she wants to incorporate less retail purchasing and a lot more wholesale purchasing. And she just felt like she was kind of all over the place. She wasn't really sure what should she be focusing on. And you know, when you're in your business just the first couple years, you're kind of just doing it all. You're taking everything you can, you're learning, and you're growing. But she felt she had gotten to that point where she really needed to start focusing on who she was serving. And during our one-on-one time, she did not realize how strong her avatar was and how clear she was on it. Most people don't really know who they want to serve, but I think that she was much clearer than she realized. It was just taking that focused time with the two of us one-on-one to talk through some things and some ideas that I had given her and some trends that I saw in her business. And she realized that she had a very, very strong avatar that she really wanted to focus on. Now, she wanted to incorporate a lot less retail and a lot more wholesale purchasing. So during our session, she's already clearly defined her ideal client. And she's also changing immediately how she purchases, how she charges for her purchases. Her markup was way too low, and she was handling things and doing a lot of pass-through pricing for clients, and she wasn't making any money on that. So when I had that one-on-one with her, I was asking her about her numbers, and that's something that you should all be looking at, is is your numbers. And she realized she was just not making any money. I mean, she kind of knew she wasn't making any money, but then she realized how little she was making and how much service she was providing. So that is one thing that she implemented immediately, is to change how she's handling purchasing, going to wholesale, but also marking things up a lot more so that she can properly serve her clients. She was giving a lot of service and doing a lot of great things. She just wasn't charging them for that. So that was two big wins that she had in her business as well. So some of these things are happening in your own business and you want to work through them, you might want to join the waitlist for the Purchasing Made Easy Challenge that's coming up. That is, that link to sign up there is in the show notes. And then I want to highlight one other designer who is in the group, and she is awesome. Her design, interior design is a second career for her, which may be for a lot of you. And she knows she has the skills to provide great interior design, and she is a great designer, and she is servicing her clients very, very well, but she's losing sleep over the exact steps and the process of selling to a client. She's relatively new in her interior design business, and she wants to tighten up those skills because she's losing sleep over them. She's like, am I capturing everything? Am I doing what I need to do? She wants to be incorporating, of course, purchases in her business, but she doesn't know all the steps that are included. And that's one of the things that we're going over in this membership, is how to take a purchase from beginning to end. So once you sell the client, there's so much more work that needs to be done to get it in their home, set in place, and you walk out the door and they're left with a beautiful piece of furniture or multiple pieces of furniture. So she was really stressing about this. And so it was really messing with her confidence on what she could offer a client. So part of my one-on-one work with her was to reaffirm that she does have the confidence and that she can handle these projects, which she said to me she already knew she could, but she just needed someone else to, kind of back her up on that. So the confidence to be able to sell a client and to do a great job in interior design, that's one of the things that we worked on. And then we went over the basic tools and framework on what happens when you sell a piece of furniture or something to a client. Now we're going to be diving into that in much greater detail over the next couple weeks in this membership, but she already felt a lot more confident in understanding how this process works. And I know that we always want to know what are all the steps in purchases and how to handle clients when it comes to purchases, all the way through from the beginning of presenting something to someone, but then the order process, the follow-up process, managing the delivery and installation, and then finally getting it to their home and closing the door. So that is all those details that we're going to be working on. And she felt a lot more comfortable and a lot more confident in being able to offer those services to her clients. So these are just a couple quick wins that the designers in the group are having already, just a few weeks in to our 12-week time together in this membership, which happens after the challenge. And so if you're looking to sprint into 2024 and kind of get more focused on how to incorporate purchases in your business, or how to be better at purchases in your business, or if you're concerned that you're just not making enough money and you don't know how to do that, join the waitlist, join the challenge that's going to be coming up in a few weeks, and you're going to learn how to make purchasing so much more profitable in your business. You're going to understand the tools that you need, which are, we're going to be talking about minimal tools that everybody has that you can use right now. You don't have to get a lot of fancy software. You can really do what you need to do in a very simple way. And if you get on the wait list for the challenge that's coming up early in 2024, you're going to have access, the first pass access at some special bonuses that I'm going to be incorporating as well. So once those bonuses are, gone, they're gone. But you want to be one of the first ones to be able to have access to that bonus. So make sure that you're going to be putting your name on the wait list. And this is one of the easiest ways that you can incorporate such a great profitable center in your business. And after that challenge, we're going to be moving into the membership, and that's where the magic happens. So if this is of interest to you, make sure you get on the wait list. The link is in the show notes, and I hope to see you soon, and let's make 2024 amazing.